Are you considering a drip irrigation system for your garden, but want to avoid the common mistakes that beginners make all the time? I've been helping gardeners and farmers with drip irrigation systems for years, and today I'm going to cover the top 5 mistakes that I see beginners make on a regular basis. These tips will save you time, money, and most importantly, a lot of frustration. Mistake number 1, overwatering. With traditional irrigation methods, we're used to using sprinklers and seeing the entire ground wet. When we see people try drip irrigation for the first time, sometimes they'll run their systems so long waiting for the water to pull up on the surface and make a big wet spot. Usually this means you have watered too long. When it's done right, drip irrigation only leaves a small wet spot on top of the soil. The bulk of the water penetrates down deep to the roots where it's needed most. If you'd like to learn how long to run your drip irrigation system, check out the video there in the top right. Number 2. Getting incompatible thread types. In the drip irrigation industry, there's 2 main thread types that we work with: pipe threads and hose threads. Even when they're the same size, they're not compatible with one another and will leak if you try to thread them together. Threading pipe and hose threads together would require some major cross-threading. And as you can see here, we couldn't even get the 2 to thread together without it just falling apart. Be sure you get the correct thread type for your application. If you're running from a hose bib, you're going to use hose threads. If you're running from an underground valve or PVC pipe, you're most likely going to need pipe threads. So if you're running from a hose bib, always double check the label or on the website to ensure it says something like hose thread, GHT, FHT, MHT, or in some cases, FHTS. Avoid anything that says pipe thread, MPT, FPT, or NPT. If you already have a part and it won't seem to thread on right, sometimes it will have an embossment or print on the part itself, signifying its thread type. With our head assembly and drip kits, however, you can always be confident that all the parts you get will be 100% compatible. No need to double check or stress about compatibility. Mistake number 3, going without a pressure regulator. A lot of us grew up using sprinklers where, in most cases, more pressure was good, but drip irrigation is a low pressure solution, and in fact should be ran at a lower pressure than what you see with your average residential hose bib. So make sure you include that pressure regulator to keep your drip system working efficiently and uniformly. And a pressure regulator will also help you avoid a big blowout that'll cause you an even bigger headache. And when I say use a pressure regulator to regulate your pressure, I don't actually mean to regulate your flow rate. I'm going to touch on that in mistake number 5. Finding the right pressure regulator for your system can be somewhat confusing if you're designing a system without our kits. Check out our video on what pressure regulator to choose in the top right or in the description below. Mistake number 4, using 1/2-inch drip line or 5/8 drip tape for rows that are shorter than 20 feet long. Up to about 20 to 30 feet, 1/4-inch drip line will work just as well. That 1/2-inch drip line and 5/8 drip tape are meant for much longer rows. We've seen many gardeners use drip tape for beds shorter than 30 feet. And we even demonstrated how it's feasible with a gravity barrel system in our How to Install a Gravity Rain Barrel Drip Irrigation System video. However, I generally recommend Dripline for short rows that you see in raised beds instead, because its components are more affordable and it's flexible, while drip tape needs to be completely rigid and straight. Dripline also provides superb durability. Although 15 mil thick drip tape is reasonably durable, it cannot compare to the sturdiness of Dripline. For those reasons, we put Dripline in all our raised bed kits. It's just a no-brainer. When you're choosing what kind of emitter line to use, make sure you know how long your rows are so you don't get something bigger than what you need. Mistake number 5, ordering without planning. And by planning, I mean taking simple measurements like from your water source to your furthest away bed or measuring the flow rate of your hose bib. Doing these small things will reap your rewards and save time and money. Now, if you're strapped for time and do want to order without planning, make sure you check out our drip irrigation kits at dripdepot.com, where we've done a lot of the planning for you. But if you'd like to make a system that's custom and bespoke to your own gardening project, check out our design video right there.